Alright, welcome back. So we're going to carry on with this scenario and the that settles that hash. And now they have yet another bone to pick with me. The 12, I know I have many a skeleton in my closet. Don't read too much into that, my dear. But those settlers have quite the ossuary. Close to the cell was Admiral Merleweeb's hobby horse. She had an idea to settle this area and so brought a number of folk on indenture. The terms were very generous. Hardly anyone died, a credit to her leadership. Yes, very creditable, but she had no head for business, kept trying to farm this salty land. I stepped in and saved it from ruin. You see, Costa del Sol, now a jewel of commerce and culture, but I assure you it was not thus when I purchased it. Many of the settlers have stayed and prospered, while a good third of my household was once raw pioneer. But some people are like figs, they want to stay the same. Tiresome, I say. They've no one to blame but themselves. Alright. I gather you solved Brayflox's little problem. I did. You smell it? By the gods, I don't always snitch. This is definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How's it made? Ah, it's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. Shudder. Bravo, I'm not gonna lie. Thanks to you, our guest shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport, and seek out Shamani Lamani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this water slip. He'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lamani my regards. This is going to take forever. We're never gonna fight the Titan ever. What is it? Steel scale now. Oh, nice. That's an upgrade. The kobolds are up to something. You see those contraptions out along the road to the west? They've gone so far as to set up their damn refiners within yalms of our beach. And you know what I say? It's time to blow them to kingdom come. I just happen to have made some makeshift bombs for the occasion, but I've never thrown one before. Look, adventurer, I've seen you around here, and you seem a capable sort. Could you take these and pitch them at the refiners for me? Sure, what could go wrong? I'm sorry, sir. We've no head cheese today. Why ever not? Because the kobolds are stealing food everywhere in Costa del Sol, that's why. The tomato pies, the mashed potatoes, and now the head cheese to boot. Now, I have an idea for ambushing those beady-eyed fur balls, but I can't go off in case Master Dryswitz needs me. And I can't stand here and do nothing about it either, as I'm the one getting blamed for the missing eats. Might you be willing to solve the problem for me, adventurer? You look to have some spare time. I've placed the meats the kobolds like best in these 5 sacks. Line them up along the pier to the north, and they should come scurrying. Heblo. Master Gigaruju, of course. Second to none in matters of business and connoisseurship. However, he can be somewhat naive as regards other matters. For example, he has become convinced that the recent spate of earthquakes is the fault of the large buffaloes that roam near. I would grant some amount of exasperation over our local children being mauled in the wake of their tremors, but really now. It's one thing to see the buffaloes in a tizzy, but another to think they could have anything to do with the quakes. I have tried to reason with him, but it's been to no avail. Might you simply indulge my master and slay a half dozen of the creatures? Sure. Dun 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 dun. da. Bum 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 bum. I always forget to switch the camera over so you can see the quest log. Nothing crazy happening in the chat logs, so I feel like I don't need to really show that. But what do I know? Sweat, grime, and blood. Ah, you reek of blood, an adventurer, unless I am mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? In order, let me guess, a request for the finest vintage I can muster. The paper smells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol, and there's also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gigeruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Dershowitz and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you're confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways, but you've no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient, and Muscat must have its wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Birglant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Villebrand. Somehow I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. Sure, this person's just going to be rude, and I'm going to want to stab him with my sword. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte Venter bid you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you Gabu urine than sell you my worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. Well, all right then. What a dick. You call this cork? Pah, this sad, squelchy thing isn't fit to kiss my back end, let alone my fine whites and reds. I'd say you should try again, except that I wouldn't trust you with the worst of my vintages now. You're dead to me. You, adventurer, I've had it trying to get quality for my own lot. Show this oaf how it's done and bring me the materials you find off cork bulbs. Harvesting 5 of them should do. Time flies and uncorked wine sours. Go, go. Bro ain't got no chill. No chill. Hello, adventurer. Hear me, or Master Bear Glant will know the reason why. I mean that he'll simply tell you himself if you refuse to hear it from me. You've no doubt seen those ghastly grass wrappers skulking about outside our gates. Well, they've developed a taste for the vines we use to grow our branded wine cherries, and we can't abide that. You must kill the horrible creatures. Okay. I take it he said no, really? In those words, well, I cannot say that I am surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our products has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vignerons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never before seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. The legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Beerglade to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every deal we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the Vignerans tending the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Yes, yes, we must find the wine. It makes sense, so much sense. So I'm just kidding. I don't know why I'm fetching wine for people, but for my own freaking party, I'm sure. Where the heck is this person at? What, do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. Durim Furim. It's a good name. Bacchus wine? Bah, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my god's damned house. Well, that's a shame. Just a shame. No luck, most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me to find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia, which once filled me with hope, may be forever lost to us. It's not. We will do better. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic indeed. There is much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there is a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across a field brand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die because I have very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Dress took me in and nursed me back to health, and it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I'm still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation, and I would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Dress sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully Dog, so perhaps Ritzkield can tell you where to find him. Yes, yes, do this, do that, fetch this, fetch that. I just want to slay primals, man. I want to save the world. One Titan at a time. Nah, I mean I've done all this. I don't really. I don't know. It's kind of boring, but like it's kind of cool. Like he's like wants you to prove your worth, and then it's worth it in the end. But some of these are just. I feel like not necessary. I don't know. It's all world building, which is necessary. So I've just done it several times. So to remember these lulls in the areas. I'm like, but I'm getting closer and closer to stuff I've never done, so that is what I'm excited about. And you know, being able to record it and streaming is it's always been a dream, something for me to do. So I love video games, and like I'm just gonna record everything going forward. Really don't plan on editing things too much, but just because I don't need super edited videos. I don't necessarily. I think sometimes they can detract. So I think it just kind of varies and depends on what it is. But for like stuff like this, just let's playing and just playing games, I don't think it's really necessary. But what do I know? I'm a noob. A huge noob. A ninja. Dung Mage Swarm. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit. I toss him a few Jill when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell doesn't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I say. If you've a mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the severed stream. Jungle coral. This is a pretty area, though. Raincatcher Gully. What? What do you want? Well, wine. I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? I. Oh. Can't can't sleep. It won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Okay. Okay, bud. The heck is that? Bloody Mary. It's like a bird of some kind. Looks like a chocobo head almost. What the heck? It's a level 90 red mage. Looking fly as F. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me, even after what my comrades and I did to your country. Garland. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others, no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not in Garland. They conquered my land just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. Poor guy. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells time, it makes for a fine wine. See, it should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. Maybe he's from Othard or Alamico. Hello. Where is that cork I asked for? If you believe that loitering will secure you a glass of something, you are very much mistaken and possibly dead to me. This guy's a douche. Now this seems like some fine cork, just the right amount of give, some air comes through, but not the moisture. I should be so lucky as to have barrels full of this, if only my people were as efficient at finding it. Yeah, I know, I get it, your people suck, not my problem, bro. While the conquering hero returns, and so quickly too, you are as strong as you are kind and wonderful, trim of waist. I shall make sure to keep you in mind should any future troubles creep up. You do that. Oh, he's got another one, yay. The etiquette, pardon me, wine labels to laymen such as yourself used by our winery always bear the noble countenance of Master Beer Glyant himself. As such, our esteemed Ventian has invited a famed old and miniaturist, so very well known, probably the most famous miniaturist in all the land, to passionate label truly worthy of a classic vintage, and he is due to arrive today. I beg you, won't you go down to the rain, catch your gully docks, and meet him? I feel he'll be quite mobbed by admirers, and I'd have him. I'd not have him molested at least until the portrait is done. Shamani Lomani. It has been some time, I'm not gonna lie. What news do you have of Dressed? Ah, yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We are not so different, Dress and I, 2 men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. It is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, I'm not gonna lie. By the gods, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Dressed palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain these are the leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what that means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Dress found these leaves here. Take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Of course. Of course you wanted me to do that. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't want to, my man. Just give me the wine and let me be free. Yes, I'm the miniaturist. Pardon me if I do not give you my name. I travel incognito, such is my fame. Master Bragglin waits. I will fly to him forthwith. We have much to discuss, the Master and I. Our artistic differences are many and sundry, yet I cannot resist returning for another etiquette. He's a model in 1,000, that one. Yeah, he's a Captain Douche of the SS Douche nozzle. Get out of here, Toad, bro. We don't want what you're selling. Oh, hello again. What is it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. I didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gobbly tracks, so maybe the leaves came from vines growing on the track of one beast, or on the back of one such beast. If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gobos are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our expert in etiquette has just been by. Simply marvelous. I shall order the chilled white taken to his quarters at once. Ah, how sweet it is to have the miniatures here again. It has been 4 or 5 years for the calamity stripped our vines, our first bottling in half a decade, and oh, to see the master's beatific visage captured again. What did Drest have to say? I'm not gonna lie. Tell me everything. Ah, I was right. The smell of texture I hold in my hands is Botch's grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard a talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could. 12 is my witness. It is a Botch's grapevine. Where did ever did you find this fantastic specimen? Well, what? You would offer this to me? But why? There is no better position to reconstruct the Botch's vineyards than you, Master Bayer Klein. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Arizona will once again be clamoring for a cask of wine ports, legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you needn't. Wait, the shape of this bottle, listen to this label. This couldn't possibly be a 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was a crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time, but now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gadget Ruju wouldn't find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Waistgate. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. The vineyards waste much water, washing sugar and chaff off the grapes. The spoiled and dregs from vats and barrels, and all of it goes into the river. The richest of the swill chokes the river and kicking toads feast on the scum. If raptors were horrible, these are thrice as bad. Save them for us, for me. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, master Beergland will be so pleased, but it grieves me that our wine has spoiled the river, so perhaps I can construct some system to make our swill sweeter. Hey, love you. Nope. Hyacinth Seawalker. I like that. That was some right fine work. I could see those blasting machines light up from here. You've got talent, which is a good thing, because the kobolds are too much for us to handle. But thanks to you, we got them this time. I only hope you're not planning on leaving us anytime soon. I've no doubt we're going to need your help again before this is over. Those filthy ground dwellers fell for it. Ha, I knew it. I owe you a debt, Master Dear Swits. Will be pleased to. And more importantly, he shan't be hitting me with his pickle lady ladle so much. Though between the two of us, it was I who ate the tomato pies. Master Deerswitz actually knew anything about the kobolds, he would never have believed the creatures would eat such a thing. I do hope this is the end of their mischief, but I think not. From what I've observed, they seem to be readying for battle, and considering we've already got the Sahagin to deal with, I don't know that we need that kind of trouble. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me, so what of the wine I asked you to bring? Is that 7 L's of 1547 Bonchus? Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you, but congratulations, I'm not gonna lie. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is about to begin. You have the look of a man who has been to the seventh hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in his own honor, and this, while the shadow of time looms over us all, it beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I not been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. Lady Stola, Sir Noon. Thousand pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, sir. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now, he must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare him your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, I'm not going to lie, I have no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten him. Aye, aye, fair is fair. There's no sense hiding it any longer. We five were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be God-slayers by his own criteria. If even one found him wanting, he would be rejected without a second thought. But if he proved himself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support his cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the five of you deign to test, I'm not going to lie, with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I'm sure, but tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? He's a brave one, that much is certain. He willingly walked into the midst of danger despite my repeated warnings that it could cost him his life. His skill is undeniable. He stalked his prey as relentlessly as any child of the sands and struck with precision when an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. I'm not gonna lie, however, as a kind and generous soul, I'm certain he has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly help fight at his side. Shakoa, wily uplanders, talentful plansmaker, tricksy foe for mighty rockman. I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We five of the company of heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crags, I'm not going to lie, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Some of the dancers pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend. I'm not going to lie, none. Titan's Bane. I'm not going to lie, none. Titan's Bane. Congratulations, sweetly. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. That's weird. Speak with the former members of the company of heroes. Shimani Lamani. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsa Lamense, or Izzy, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobby Flock cannot be coming to rescue this time. I'm not gonna lie. You brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Landonell sends his regards. Sure. You are a veteran of countless battles, I'm not gonna lie. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You are blessed with the fortitude to rival the earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. Yes, 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 yes. Let us go to Ogomoro. You are kind to indulge them, I'm not gonna lie. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. Orte. Weaskia truly intends to tell you how you may face Titan this time. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lonosia. There you will meet with Real, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at the 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risk inherent in our method. I should do these quests, but I really don't want to. Yep. Oh, okay. We're gonna go to Camp Bronze Lake and do this part of the quest. There's just so many. So many. It's not like some of them don't appear until you do this or that. You've got to click them. You've got to click them, Josh. I'm such a silly goose. Greetings, mate. Might you be the one the captain said come calling? I thought so. Pay attention now, 'cause I ain't explaining myself twice. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this Beastman Aetherite. See? And what's that look for? Not familiar with one? He speaks of an unamplified aetherite which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental difference between such aetherites and those which you have used on countless occasions. I'm not gonna lie. Ah, well, if it ain't the Charlene last, welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath the Ogomoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. Ha! Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. The kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling the old ones with traps. One wrong step, and the next thing you know, you've got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide to even try. See? Funny though was the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around, and it was that has got us thinking. I mean, Ugamaro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around in a city that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an Ethernet, wouldn't it? So it stood to reason that the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Even if there were Aetherite shards at the... Oh, well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had the Charlene bloke to help us, see? Delivered us right into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't rightly know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlene scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Did he now? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the aetherites in question happen to be yes, but in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party would be required to. It is possible, in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend upon whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zelma's run and take a closer look at the aetherite? It ain't far, though. There's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not, you can't handle mind. The heck are those? So this is the Aetherite the company of heroes use to gain access to Titan's sanctuary. It is as Papalimo speculated. In its present state, this Aetherite signal will not be strong enough for our purpose. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me, I'm not going to lie. I must needs remain here and supplement this beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Runa, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it is possible that I may be able to stabilize the Aetherite signal and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you will be on your own. Aye, aye, Capitan. Now let us see if I am worth my salt. I have located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so stint not in your preparation. Bum 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 bum. The navel. Let's see if this pops pretty quickly. We can knock it out. Bro, get out of here. Yeah. Yeah, we showed them. Oh, that's a sage. Sages are very cool with their magic knifey things. Oh, black mage. Oh, Karn. All Karn gear. Honestly, that's kind of cool looking. 45. So, to the navel we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Look, an overdweller. Yes, yes, an invader from above. He uses our aetherites against us. He has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespass violated, defiled. Overdwellers must leave. Overdwellers must fly. Brothers and sisters, fear him not. His fate shall be decided by the Lord of Crags. Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. You shall be first to face judgment when Limsa Laminsa and her oathbreakers, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. O great Father, Lord of Crags, Titan, we summon you. Titan, we summon you. O great Father, Lord of Crags, Titan, we summon you. Titan, we summon you. Bunch of weirdos. But they're not wrong. It was the Laminsons who broke the pact they had with the kobolds. But I'm sure the kobolds were up to shady things as well. Oh my god, look at this thing. This is what a Titan looks like. He has come, he has come. The Lord of Crags, Titan has come. Overdweller, art thou deaf to their weeping? Thy vile kind coveteth ever the blessing of the land and murdereth my children by the score, all in service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. But I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. Godless overdweller, thy myriad heresy shall not go unpunished. Upon thee shall I wreak a terrible vengeance. Ain't no one scared of you, rock boy. Rocky boy. Dun 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 na 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 na. ninja, red mage, and a white mage. Ow, man. These guys. Let's just be real honest here. I clearly have no idea what's going on. I'm just pressing buttons. Get wrecked, boy! The Lord of Crags, Great Father Titan has fallen. Ooh, and we got a crystal, and we got a crystal. Now we got 4. Now we got 4. Look at that. That's a pretty cool patch, even though I don't know why I would want to blind myself in one eye. Only need 2 more. One's Garuda. What's the other one? So Garuda for show. I'm not sure what the other oh, the Moogles. The crimes of the Overdwellers shall never be forgiven, never be forgotten. No, no, never. 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will there be peace. Until our dying breaths we shall defy you, deny, decry, defy. Okay, we'll relay the message, bud. Now these are the ones. These are the readings one would expect of an icon. I have seen enough. We proceed as planned. Are you sure that is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not yet know its true capabilities. Then trust in mine, Ritatin. My curiosity, as you so eloquently put it, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there be truth to the legends, it could readily subjugate the whole of Erzia given but a little while longer. Is that not so? It is. No greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized. What you say may well be true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war. Oh, but they will. Have a little faith, my friend. I cannot endorse this course of action. Fool. And now he has a 4th. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. Ishtola. And Nod remained to mark his passing. Well, the Asians are nothing if not elusive. It is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will, but that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? I feared I might arrive too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I have taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued yet. I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aetheryte in Zelma's Run, and we will rendezvous at Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? Okay. I gotta play our recommendations. I am relieved to see you well, but come, let us discuss our next step. Um, I gotta end the video. It's getting a little long. So I will go ahead and end this one here. We'll pick up shortly after. Um, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe. You can catch me live on twitch.tv/. I'm not gonna lie, and I would appreciate a follow there as well. Feel free to stop by and have a chit chat anytime, or we can talk, we can play together, kind of see what happens. Thanks again. See you next time.